Hey you guys! So I've been thinking about little ways that I want to give some little extra gifts for the holidays, and so I was inspired by this really cool paper from Crate Paper, which is called the Peppermint Collection Kit, which is what I used. It's kind of cool with some kind of vintage washed out colors, but like I always say, whatever paper you want to use is going to be really cute, especially if it already coordinates, which makes it really easy to work with. So this collection of paper actually came with some coordinating little brads and some trim and stuff. So that was fun to play with. And the first thing that I made was this cool container that's shaped like a cylinder. And you can see through the top of it. And for this see-through plastic up here, I just used some page protector sheets from the office supply store like Office Max, Office Depot, whatever. And I used that up on the top, and it's a cool little thing that you can put whatever in. Like I've got some yogurt covered raisins in here, but of course you could put little chocolates or nuts or whatever, or even a stack of chocolate chip cookies would be super yummy inside this. And you can have a lot of fun just putting some trim around the outside and a couple buttons, and it's super duper cute. So then I thought it would also be cool to have a similar container but in a different shape. So this one's obviously a little flatter and bigger, and this trim is also from the trim that goes with the paper, so it was super easy to just throw that on there and have it look really cute. And this paper I actually got online on 2peasinabucket.com, but I have also seen Crate Paper before in my local scrapbooking store, so wherever, but whatever paper you want to use, totally cute. And for this candy at my local grocery store, I just scooped it out of the bulk bins. You just put it in a bag, and so that way it's a little cheaper and really cute. So as long as I was making a cylinder shaped container, I thought it would be super cute to make a really cute little snowman out of it. And again, I just used some more trim that came with the paper, and I tied it in a little knot up here, and I added some buttons. And it's really cute, and the way that the hat comes off is the lid, so that is awesome. And I made sure to finish it off on the inside real nice so it looks nice and finished. And it's actually not hard to put together at all. I'm going to show you that here in a few minutes. And on the inside of this one, I think I'll probably give this one to my dad because he loves pistachios, which I got for the inside of this one. And then I also wanted to come up with a nice three-dimensional chimney. Somebody on our Facebook wall had mentioned it. I don't remember who, but someone said, hey, do you guys have a three-dimensional chimney? So they got the wheels turning in my head, and this I just filled up with some candies that I got, which are kind of like some vintage-looking candies. But just so you can see the way the inside works, let's just dump this out. You can see the inside is just like this. So it's a tiny bit tricky to put together, not really that hard. It's a little more challenging than some of the super easy things, but I'm going to show you every step of how it goes together in a couple minutes. And finally, I have the coolest little Christmas tree shaped explosion box, which is covered with photographs, and there's photos on the inside. And these adorable kids are Tamara's from our design team. She was kind enough to let us use all these super cute pictures. So the way that it stays closed is this top part holds it closed, and you take that off, and these little flaps just come open, and they're hinged with another flap on the outside, so they all pull apart, and there's another one inside, and it's covered in all kinds of cool pictures on both sides. And then finally you get to the middle, and there's a cute little candy container on the inside, and you can throw whatever kind of Christmas candy or some kind of special gift or whatever. So this would be really awesome for grandparents or teachers, coaches, really anyone, like a good friend. So when you see your own pictures inside it, it makes it super special. And I think anyone would love to get one of these. And just a side note, it's super heavy. You really feel like, wow, what is this awesome project that I've got going here? So that's super fun to put together, especially with really cool coordinating paper. And I think the coolest part about that is that you don't have to worry about cutting out the photos, because we came up with a cool way to do that where I'll show you all the details here in a minute, but basically you're going to cut out a template which you can put on your photo, and you can line it up exactly where you want the photo to peek through, and you put it on your mat in just the right place, and your machine does all the cutting for you. So that makes it super easy, super fun. So let's sit down and I will show you how everything goes together. So first I'm going to start by showing you the lid on this box, which is 3 pieces. It's the long piece that goes around the side, this part on the top, and then a little liner that goes inside to cover up and make it look a little bit nicer. There's also the clear plastic, which we'll get to at the end by using this as a template. So first, let's take our long piece, and I'm just going to take my fingers and kind of curve it a little bit just to get it going in the direction it's going to be going in. Then I will take my glue and I'll put it on this tab on the end here. Just a nice thin layer, not too much, but enough to hold it. And then I will curve it around and just carefully glue it in place, because we want it to be just the right size. So I want to make sure that the corners match up with the corners here and that this little point matches up with the other one. So we're as close to perfect as possible. And I've got some extra glue coming out, but it's okay. So we've got this little crown shaped piece now. So I will just take that and fold over all these little points. And they're already perforated, so it's easy to just fold them over. Then I'm going to go ahead and put glue on all of these little points, and I'm going to take the bigger of the 2 rings. You can tell that one is a little bit smaller, which is this one, so I'll set that aside, and I'm going to glue the bigger one right in place on the top. So now let's talk a little bit about the clear plastic stuff that goes on the top. Like I said, I just got this actually at Staples. It is a heavyweight sheet protector, but any kind of like plastic that you can find like this is going to be just fine. So I'm going to take my template and I'm just going to cut around it kind of roughly at first, and then I'm going to be careful and just cut around it pretty well, but it doesn't have to be perfect because the edges are going to be hidden by my final project. So go ahead and cut that out, and then you're going to put it on the underside. Just put a ring of glue around the top, put the plastic in place, and then go ahead and take your liner, which is already here, it's this pink liner, and just glue that in place to finish it off. Then when you want to make the bottom of your box, it's the same exact concept except there's no hole in the top. So there you go for that. And it's the same concept for this guy, it's just a different shape, but you do it the exact same way. Now for your snowman container, the bottom of the snowman is the same as what I just showed you, but the hat is a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how that goes together. It is 5 pieces. It's really similar to the last project. There's 2 little rings, 2 circles, and this part, just like before. I'm going to bend it a little bit, and then I'm going to glue it onto itself by putting some glue on this tab here. And I will glue it closed carefully, because just like before, we want it to be as perfect as possible since all the pieces have to fit together. So we don't want it to be too big or too small, because then the other parts won't fit right. So there we go. And this paper that I'm using right now is by Graphic 45. It's just some leftover paper that I had. Okay, so top, bottom, doesn't matter, same thing. Just go ahead and fold over one side only and put some glue on all of the tabs. And then you're going to take your larger circle, because the smaller one is going to be the liner which goes inside. So take the larger circle and you're going to glue that right on top. Then next you're going to fold these tabs the opposite way, fold them out. Then you're going to put glue on top of each tab going all the way around. And then take your larger circle, because the smaller one is the liner. So take the larger circle and just fit it right down over the top and push down to let the glue dry. Then you can go ahead and flip it over. You can put your liner on the inside and you can glue your other liner to the bottom. So that will give you your nice finished hat. On this one I could have inked the edges to finish it off a little more. You put your hat band and your cute decoration on and you're good to go. Okay, now for the tan part of our chimney, I'm going to do the bricks at the end. So this is just for the base of the chimney. I've got this square, which is the bottom, and these two pieces which form the four sides, and then I'm going to glue this patterned piece on the top. So I've gone ahead and pre-creased these folded parts. Even though they're already scored, I just went ahead and kind of folded them to get them going. First we're going to start by gluing this tab here to the back side of this side, and it's going to go together like this so that it's starting to form the top of the chimney here on this top part. So we don't need to worry about gluing this little triangle. Just put some glue on this long tab here and put it in place and hold it for a little while it dries. So just make sure that the edge is all the way up inside the corner, because the more perfect you get it, the better it's going to fit together. So let that dry a little bit. And go ahead and do that to the other piece also. So next we're going to glue this other tab here to the other side of the chimney. So we want to glue the inside together first, because if I did it at the end, it might be a little tricky to get in there. So let's work from the inside out and glue this tab in place on this chimney here. I'm kind of just flipping it all around, looking at it from all different angles and making sure that the edge of it is all the way up in the corner, just like I did before, and hold it while it dries a little bit. And then go ahead and do that to the other side on the inside here. So here is the inside, which is all glued together. And next I'm going to move outwards. And I don't need to worry about these top corners here. Even though it's not glued down, it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and glue this side piece here in place. And I'm just going to work my way around the sides of the chimney and just hold things while they dry. And if your glue comes out, just kind of wipe it off, no big deal. And go ahead and do that to the other side. And you can take your time with yours a little more than I am here. So yours is going to look even better than mine. And I do need to just hold that while it dries so it has a nice firm grip, because I'm going to be like folding and gluing other parts of it and I don't want it to come apart. So just be patient and hold it while it dries. Okay, next I'm just going to go around on all four sides and glue this tab here like so, and do that all the way around on all four sides. So here are the sides of my chimney. I could have glued it a little more slowly and carefully, so yours is going to look better than mine does, but you get the idea. And you're just going to flip it over and fold these bottom flaps in, and obviously you're just going to put glue on all of the tabs, and then just glue the bottom in place and push down to make sure that you have contact on all of the tabs. Glue that in place and you're good. So finally you will just glue this in place and you'll scooch it around to make sure that it's perfectly fitting and it kind of holds the top together. And then you can go ahead and put your bricks on the side and fill it up with candy. So here we have our tree-shaped explosion box, and the first outside layer of it is open and flat here. And there are 5 sides, so as you can see when it's open, it looks like a big star, like a 5-pointed star. So I have SVGs in your download that form the base of the star, which is the middle here, which is 5-sided, and then you've got 5 points. So to form that base, it's pretty simple. You just put some glue here on this tab and you glue it right on the edge so that the edge lines up, and you go all the way around to form your 5-pointed star, just the base, just the green base. Then you're going to go ahead and embellish it with papers and photos, which you have SVGs for in your folder. And then for your smaller star, which is folded up here, it's the exact same thing, it's just a little bit smaller, and the whole thing is just glued right onto the center of the big star. So this is the smaller star. It's basically identical, it has different photos and different paper in it. I'll show you how to use your machine to cut out your photos in just a minute. First, I might as well go ahead and show you how this little box in the middle goes together. As you can see, it's got the same kind of bottom as your star center. So you're just going to go ahead and put some glue on this tab here and go all the way around until you've got your bottom formed like this. And then to form the lid, you do basically the same thing here, and just put some glue on this little tab, glue it like this, do the same thing all the way around until you've got your little lid formed. And then you can go ahead and embellish it, and you're just going to glue the whole thing right into the center of your star shape also. So to make your little snowman, you've got 2 of these pieces which you will glue together, and they're already perforated, so it's real easy to just fold them out like this. So you're going to take your snowman and your disc with the slit in the middle and put the 2 bottom sides through the slit and then glue them down like this. So you can put that right on top of your box, and you can use that to pull on and open the box up. So here is how I cut all these photos with my cutting machine, and it was super easy, and I was able to crop them exactly how I wanted, which is awesome. So first, cut out your paper photo template and just take it right off your mat. So you just want to cut one of these out, and then take your picture and just decide where you want it to be cropped. And I like it just like this. So I'm holding both of them with my hand here, and then I'm going to line up the top corner of my photo template with the very top corner of my mat here, right in the corner. And I'm just going to lay it down, and I'm only laying the photo down where that is. I'm just taking the template off. And now I've got my photo on my mat, and I'm going to put it in my cutting machine, and I'll show you exactly how to line it up perfectly in SVGCuts a lot. So import your shape, your photo template, the same one that I was just using, which is triangle.svg. So import that right onto your mat, and I want to align it in the same place where I put it on my real mat. So I can just use my mouse and put it up in the corner real nice, or to be even more precise, I can come over here and make sure that my shape is selected, and then click horizontal line on this side, vertical line up here, which puts it right in the corner perfectly. So now I just want this triangle. I don't want the outside rectangle. That was just there to help me line it up perfectly. So I want to break it apart so that I can delete it, which I can do by going to Object, Break Apart, or I can right click with my mouse and go to Break Apart here. So now these are 2 separate shapes, which means I can click on the rectangle and press delete on my keyboard. So now don't move your triangle around because it's in the perfect place. So go ahead and load your mat with your photo on it and press cut. So here's my mat out of my cutting machine, and I'll just go ahead and take off the excess photo. It was super easy to have it cut, and there is my picture. I think I might have cropped it a little differently if I was to do it again, but you get the idea. Just peel it off and you're ready to stick it onto your explosion box. So grab your photo template that you just used and go ahead and find the best spot on another picture, and go ahead and do it for 10 photos total. And then you're going to go ahead and get your other template that has the wavy bottom and go ahead and do that for 10 more pictures or less. You don't have to do that many. You could do less, you could do more, but it's all explained in the PDF in your download. So 10 more of those, and then you've also got 3 of each of these, that's just what I did. You could do more or less, like I said. So just go ahead and find the right place and just do the same exact process, but just with a different shape. Alright, so that's it. So thanks for watching, and if you decide to make any of this stuff, I think it would make an awesome gift for anyone. So if you do, you'll definitely have to share on our Facebook wall or in our forum, and just let us take a peek, because it'd be super fun to see your take on any of these projects. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.